would support that I think that making sure that whatever infrastructure is being utilized as we explore this property, to her point, needs to be on the tax rolls of the entity that's providing the utility for it at some point. So yeah, it just can't be pipes to nowhere and service fees. So we're not quite there yet, but the discussion has been city utilities initially. But yeah, I would agree that any property that's getting serviced by a utility, I would recommend that to a town. Whether it's Delphi or Flora, Burlington, if they're extending utilities, that having that property on the tax roll further supports that infrastructure investment and need.
Any other comments?
I am Debbie from the comment, and I believe that the redevelopment, the Delphi Redevelopment Commission wants to TIF that area, right?
I believe that's been discussed, yes.
Been discussed? That's all been discussed?
Yeah, I'm not on the redevelopment commission. I'm
Sandy, you're on the redevelopment commission. Isn't that kind of a go?
It's been discussed, but if this would kind of get switched over to I-2, they may try to pull that into the commercial tip in Delphi.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't there a resolution passed for that?
I missed the last meeting.
Oh, you weren't? Okay.
I'm sorry.
It was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was there. I have it on video, yeah. Yeah.
Any other comments?
Dale Seward, I just had a question. Is this in city limits or is this in the county?
in the county.
Okay.
Any others?
You're gonna have to abstain, so we have enough of one volunteer.
You can do the same that you did with the last one, if you're not sure.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, so if she's not running, then you won't have them. So, no official action.
We can table it or postpone it. Or can we not just?
I don't know, yeah, I don't think that her vote's gonna count for anything for a table, is it? They table it till August.
She abstained.
So she can't vote at the table either. So we
She
just have to.
abstains, yeah.
Give her one.
Without her, still find the vote and still be formed.
Yeah.
Make a motion to table until 8/23.
Make a motion to
Right.
table after the next
Yeah.
meeting, their session. Their second. So we're on there.
We have to vote if we don't-
Doug, might I say something?
You may.
Hello, I'm Danny Burkhoff, I'm Adam Wright's partner on this project. We're at an unusual set of circumstances in the ag economy and business economy. In the ag world, there's tremendous demand and there's really low reserves of product. And one of the challenges in product is logistics. Logistics is a problem in many, many areas. There's even problems in our energy industries with things as simple as electrical components. Long story short, in this world of logistics, getting tied together with rail, good 4-lane interstates, and good state roads that are year-round, there's substantial demand. Will that demand be here 7 years from now? I don't know. I don't believe this is an opportunity that, for Adam and I, my partner, we wanna walk into when there's certain windows of opportunity, there's a certain time to run. The farmland here is below average Carroll County farmland. It's in an area where you've got a very successful business that's a long-term keeper, that have been very relational in this aspect. Now, obviously, the details of the water has to be worked out. Obviously, the details of the drainage has to be worked out. Those are all very obvious, and we're patient, we're fairly local. Jake's working hard on them. But to stop the momentum, to encourage us to stop the engineers, to encourage us to stop sending out flyers, may not be wise. All the other issues, you still have total control of. Nothing will get done that Carroll County Economic Development Boards, you'll have final approval. But to lose time in this current marketplace, yeah, I'm 65 years old. There's windows of opportunities, there's times to plant, there's times to harvest. I believe this is a time to plant the seeds for some progress on a property that fits the mode. And you still have all kinds of options to work with, so I respectfully request that we at least move forward on the zoning. And possibly all kinds of preconditions to get other things worked out, because we want to work all those out. But do we do that by waiting after Christmas? Or do we get started on it now? Thank you.
Entertaining motions. Make a motion, we approve it for a 15-year time limit plan to be started. Been a motion, is there a second?
So you would be asking the commissioners, the county commissioners to grant recommend that they modify that zoning to I2, sorry, and that a precondition be put in that if it's not developed within 15 years, that it automatically reverts back to F.
That would be great, thank you.
Okay. Just making sure.
Is there a second? Then, moved and seconded, that we recommend to the commissioners of the zone I2 with a 15-year condition. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Recommendation passes.
This time for me, Brad. Yeah, so it won't go on. Yeah, so I'll see if I can get that on the agenda for that meeting. I don't know, I believe the agenda went out today. Was that council? Yeah. So I'll turn this in tomorrow to get on the agenda, and then I'll send it to you guys. I'll get you a copy as well, Jake.
Okay, so I guess we're ready for an update on the mixed use zoning.
Yes, so, Camden and Burlington both discussed it in their monthly meeting. So, where we're at with it is, each community can decide to do what, at this point, they don't have to vote on it, they don't have to, make the final vote. So basically, the recommendation for me to the board is that if there's no changes to the language that we've had, which I haven't had, any changes submitted to me from Camden, or Burlington, Yeoman, they've had everything sent to them. I have not heard anything back, I have not been able to make any of the meetings to discuss things, due to the fire department stuff, but, if they choose not to adopt it, that's certainly their right. So, if the board is okay with everything, our next step would be, for you guys to, allow me to advertise it in a comment, and then we'll have a public hearing in August where, anybody in the county can show up discuss what we need to, and then, am I right that after that, the entity, so then we send it to Camden, Burlington, Yeoman. They have 60 days after that to adopt it. So that's when they nail down, we're gonna adopt it, and then, of course, they pick what properties they want. So each town can do what they want. They can pick, if they don't want every parcel, you know, so they can choose to use it or not use it.
So you think a lot of them will just do like Main Street or the main thoroughfare?
Yes, because of, they're all, let's just take Burlington, for instance. We had that rezone last year. And there's several of them. It's within the business district that the people had no idea that they were
I
in the
think
business.
Burlington will change a lot. I
Yes.
think they'll
Yes,
pretty
there's
much bring
several homes from Fourth to Ninth that's on that.
most town into it.
Yeah. So, and they can do the mixed-use zoning for the sections that they want that has houses. And they can split it up as much as they want. It's their town. So whatever they wanna do for their town limits, it's certainly up to them if they do choose to approve it. If they don't want to, it's still in our county zoning ordinance. The business districts will stay, so those won't go away. It's just another option. We're gonna get a lot of these, because Camden has a few, I think,
We did one in Camden this year.
yes, and there's a few more. So people reached out to me asking their zoning and kinda stalled on it, just because of this. So the next step will be for us to advertise it in the comment, have a public hearing. At that point, we can vote to approve it or not approve it, and then we will send it to each entity separately. And then, of course, they have, it's their choice then, within 60 days, so. For me, the next step would be for you guys to allow, approve me to advertise it in the comment, and then put it on the, August agenda for public discussion, public hearing.
So we do that tonight.
Yes.
So
So does that mean Carroll County would be in it?
What's that?
Or just, this is just the two that after Carroll County, it's gonna be Carroll County?
It's Carroll County zoning, so each entity has their business district, which is where this is a, yeah, so it's part of the Carroll County zoning ordinance. They will adopt the mixed use into their zoning ordinance. And as
It's
we
really
will.
only applicable though in towns.
Right, yeah. So Burlington, I think, has from Fourth Street to Ninth Street, I think they have 9. So it's a big thing in today's world because companies are doing the research.
Yeah.
They're
They didn't use
doing,
check zoning.
correct, so this, the one we had in Burlington sold 4 times. It sold as business, and it was never discovered, it was never researched. So when it come to us, we said that's zone, and they asked what's this property zone, that turns things completely around. So this mixed use will cover that. It's both business, and it has that language for, residential individual, so. And I haven't had anything, submitted as far as what we want changed. I told each, entity that you can, once you adopt this, within your city limits, if you guys wanna put restrictions in your city limits, for vendors and stuff like that, you can choose to do it, that's your town. So that was something that was brought up in the Burlington meeting last year. So, this is a good way for, it's properties that were zoned business, and they hoped business would come, it never happened, and now there's homes there. So, and this is not something that's just Carroll County. I've talked to directors all over, it's all over the place, so.
you need a recommendation from us.
I need approval to publicize in the comment for a public hearing in the August meeting. And Deb Lazier will be present, that's part of our contract, so she will be here at that meeting and address questions from the public if so needed.
I'll make a motion, that we, advise Cameron to proceed with what he needs to do, the advertisements and the meeting planning on the mixed zoning use.
I'll second that.
And a second? Any discussion? Not? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? There's your recommendation.
Okay, I will give it to Deb and this, paper for, August meeting.
Guys, you can keep talking.
Okay.
Now you report.
Quickly, the June report for townships, this is not accurate now, we've had some come through in July, so at the end of June, we had 17 new homes. Total permits at the end of June was 155. Compliance certificates issued in June was 7. Yeah, and I think we're at 20 something there. So, new addresses issued was 5. Rezone requests, obviously, we had the 1. Other than working with Deb on the mixed use, Burlington, Camden, trying to figure out what areas they wish to do it, and if they do wish to do it. Just staying, even with the number of homes down, we're staying busy. So, a lot of questions coming through, a lot of properties are selling, people are doing the research, a lot of flood zone questions. Let's see. That's about it for this month. This is a priority to get this part done before we go into the subdivision, what we discussed last week. So if this does go through, we get it all done, I don't wanna have 2 fires in one. So I'd rather get this done, everybody can start working through what they want for each town, then I'll start tackling the subdivision. So, other than that, we're staying busy and chugging right along. So, is everybody's emails working?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't get into school.
Sure, I can.
You're gonna have a lot of them when you do get in. Yeah.
You've been in there, it's a mess.
Yes, it's a train, yeah, so, yeah. Feel
They're
free
ahead of
to-
schedule.
So that-
They're ahead of schedule.
That's good.
We can get it a little better. Cindy?
Just backing him up. For me, it's not been as busy with him, but, that's always a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing, so.
I don't dog her on the weekends anymore. Not as much.
Okay. Any additions or corrections or concerns from the board?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Moving second to adjourn. All those in favor? Who's second? Say aye.
Thank you, guys.
I can't remember the folder. It's coming, it's coming. No, it won't take long.